Hey guys, it's Jason,
Tim with Photofied.
of course. And so, what are we talking about?
Pricing.
Yay, fun stuff.
It's how we get paid. Well, it shows how much we get paid.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's talk about your look on this and what you've learned in the last, I don't know, month or so.
Well, my thing with pricing, so I started off at a very low price. I started selling video services in April. And so I started off with a number that was comfortable for me for videos.
Great business idea. That's awesome.
But,
Just
and I got a few clients at that price. I guess I could say the number. Does it matter? Just,
no, you can say whatever you want.
Okay, so it was like at $300 for a music video, which is real low.
Yeah.
But I also had no music videos in my portfolio. And actually, I think I got my first one off Thumbtack. And then progressively, as I got more and more busy, I raised it up a little bit by a little bit. I never got that busy, so it's up to $500 at the ad. Before one of my friends helped me raise it up, not Jason, a different friend, helped me actually raise my price up. You didn't do that.
No, I wouldn't try to help you out.
That's right. Basically, I had several friends, including Jason, say I need to raise my prices more because it's hurting me essentially. And prices are really, really weird. Like,
They're personal. That's what I can say. They're super personal because I think people feel offended. Like, if they say, well, you're too high, or people feel kind of strange and kind of gross inside if you say it's too low, and they don't know what to think of themselves. I think it's this, though. It has a lot to do with the psychology of people, is the people being confident in themselves. But,
yeah. So being confident when you charge is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was charging on $300 and $400 a music video, we were shooting a music video in Seattle, and a guy came up to us with no shoes on, just socks. He said, "What are you guys doing?" We're shooting a music video. He asked what our price is. I told him our price, and he said we were cheap. He had no shoes. He walked up to us with socks on in Seattle and said, "I'm charging like $400. Like, man, you guys cheap." I'm like, golly. So anyways, a little while later, one of my friends, we were going to do an event together, and he was interviewing people essentially for the event. And he's like, "Timmy, you have to raise your prices." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I just don't feel comfortable really with it." You know, because it's nerve-wracking, obviously, because it's like, if I raise my prices, will no one want my service? And that very well could happen. You know, that is a real possibility.
The supply and demand. I mean, that's really what it comes down to, though.
Yeah, but then there's a threshold of perceived value.
Yeah, Bugatti and a Pacer.
Yeah. But so basically, my friend helped me raise my prices by 80% in one day. By essentially, he was interviewing someone, and then they asked what my prices were, and he just said my new price. You know, because we talked back and forth. We never agreed, okay, this is my new price. We just talked back and forth, and I was like, I don't know, man. It's just too scary for me. And also, it's partially scary. it's partially scary because when you're so cheap, you could justify to yourself bad work. You know what I mean? You do a poor job as like, well, they only paid X amount. You know? But if you're charging more, like I'm starting to even charge more than I even was back when my friend raised my prices last month. And it's like, alrighty, I have to be on point. I have to get the shots that I want to get done. I have to not say it's good enough, but actually stay there and work the shot to get what I need. And you will be good on camera because I'm going to help you be good on camera, and you're going to get your lines down. And the whole thing is, it's kind of a scary point in that as well. And when you're cheap, you know, it's an easy way to get out of that. And I still am relatively inexpensive. I think I'm good for my experience level as far as in how long I've been doing this. But I do also feel that I probably will be moving my prices again relatively soon as I've been getting more and more busy. Because just having low prices does not mean you will get a lot of work.
Yeah,
that is something that's huge. Marketing plays a huge amount, especially with video. With wedding stuff, you know, you have the other wedding clients. So when you're in that world, you know, one person gets married, then everyone else is there seeing, and they're relatively in the same financial state, and their friends are getting married. So it kind of helps itself. But in my world, in the business video and music videos and that type of thing, now I'm not involved with any particular studio, or else it'd be similar. But you know, each person comes to you individually, and so like, you're just being really cheap and then expect someone to tell everyone about you is not going to happen. Like I did, at least for me, it didn't happen. Because once I raised my prices and increased my amount of marketing I did, the number of shoots I did went up dramatically. And it's like I always said in an update video, a month and a half ago I quit my job, or right at the start of November, because I don't know when this video is going out. Right at the start of November I quit my job, and the amount of videos I did, soon after that my friend raised my prices, and the amount of videos I've done has gone up by quite a bit, but it's also because I hustle and I market myself a lot. I used to not be active on Facebook at all. I'm still not a giant fan of Facebook, but it's where a lot of my potential clients are, and where people see me, and people then look at myself on Facebook and go from there. So yeah, so I pretty much, if I'm not shooting a video, like if I'm not shooting a video for a paid client, I'm shooting a marketing video so I can get more paid clients. And if I don't have any, and if I'm out of marketing ideas or out of paid clients, I'll go and shoot nonprofit, just to continually put myself out there, to shoot. And I haven't gotten close to having to do that yet. I've shot one place for free at first. I shot the Biscayas video for free, just to show people what I could do. I'm in a networking group in Lakewood, to show them what I could do, and then from there I've gotten paid work from there. So I did have to put out some free work there, but now it's pretty much already, I'm going to always be shooting videos, whether that's paid work. If that doesn't work, then go down to marketing, market myself, and that will include potentially nonprofits, because with those I could shoot really good video, and then a lot of people will see them. They usually have a lot of good reach, especially if you choose within the market that you choose, or within a particular market. This is my customer, and therefore I will make a video that has something to do with my customer, and then have them see it from there. So, yeah.
So, pricings for me are interesting. So if we talk about it, it's interesting. So a lot of the majority of my clientele now, so we're not talking about beginning a wedding photography business. If I was saying, you're beginning a wedding photography business, I think talking about prices then it'd be totally different than what I'm going to talk about right now. But
cool, because how long have you been doing wedding photography? We'll
5. So I've been doing wedding photography now for 5 years. So but that's from knowing nothing almost to shooting high-end weddings.
Even destination weddings.
Destination weddings and stuff like that. So I just got finished with a wedding in Mexico. And everyone I think might go, oh my God, wow.
You made it.
No. I just left America and came back. So it's not that big of a deal. But what it does is it puts me on a map for a photographer who's willing to jump ship in America to go somewhere else. And people see that as a confidence thing. There's
perceived value.
And there's perceived value that someone was
willing. You have to have the perceived value
to pay me to go to Mexico,
mm-hmm.
and because they wanted me to shoot their wedding. The bride actually said this: "I'm just really glad that I chose you." And those type of words are awesome to hear. So, and
happy clients. Oh,
yeah,
I love when I have happy clients.
Yeah, and not only happy clients, but clients that'll stand up to you. Even at the wedding.
Stand up for you.
yeah, at the wedding. And that's a whole nother story. But, so... Pricing. With a company like I run, most of the people know people who know people who know people. So you have your price... I hiked up my pricing to $299.99. So $3,000. I'm actually probably just take it to 3,000. I was like, I'm not a car dealership, but anyways. And so the hard part about raising prices here in Seattle, because I want to talk about demographics. So, because I think it's highly important that people don't really, well, you could charge whatever you want. Well, if supply and demand isn't there, or if the demand or the supply that you're working with, and has basically, their analytics say, hey, the base price is going to be here, and then high-end photographers are always shooting here, but there's only going to be little spikes of that. The market's here. The real market's here. So if I were to be in, let's say, California, in Sedona, $4,000 is what you can price at as a photographer. Mm-hmm. Here, though, in Washington, it's $2,875 is where people sit most of the time. I mean, that's a pretty exact number, but So I want to be a little higher than that market. But if I'm too high, as a person who feeds his family on that market, if I go too high, I'm not going to get enough work. And I work on a cash flow system. So people pay me payments. I do 4 payment plans. I do 3 payment plans. So I get a check coming in, twice a week, 3 times a week. And those are what keep me going. So I can have a wedding client that I booked last year, their wedding is coming up at the end of this coming year. And they're going to pay me 3 times in the next, and that's going to feed my family. So that's what I need I need the flow. So if I'm shooting too high, what's going to happen is that cash flow, there's a balance of too high and too low. And I want to be right in the middle of that wave.
Well, because there's a lot of people there.
Yeah. So I want to be where the people are, as Ariel would say. Or no, I want to be where the people are.
that is my girls watch all Little Mermaid.
Yeah, sorry. Got kids?
Grayson watched Little Mermaid?
No. I just remember from when I have a sister, so yeah. Plus, man, I love that girl. No. No. So the thing is, though, is like...
but it is also nerve-wracking to have high prices. Because you have to deliver a good product.
So what I'm getting to with like your client basis from word of mouth is that, well, my friend had his wedding with you and it was lower. So what am I getting now that's better than what they got? And why are your prices higher?
How do you deal with that?
Not my problem. But I'll give you a deal. So this is how I do it. Every year I take off $300 off of my current package if you were a client who from a past client, or if you were referred from a past client or know the past client. So they feel like they're getting a deal, and I do actually get hurt in that in a sense, but it's a good way of dealing with it, and then they feel like, oh, okay,
even though they're paying more,
they would be paying a little bit more, yeah, but and here's another thing though, if you're good, they want you and they'll pay for you. It's another fun story. I just had a client contact me before so this client contacted me before, like 6 months ago, all right, and said I was too expensive. Contacted me, said I was too expensive, and she didn't want my engagement shoot that's complimentary. Okay. Those engagement shoots, I will not shoot your wedding unless I get to have an engagement shoot with you. I'm even doing a wedding
so much work
in Illinois, and I told them I want to do a shoot before your wedding day because I feel like I have to get to know my clients before I go out and shoot their wedding. I just feel that it's so important. So, she's like, well, my mom took my engagement photos. I don't want them. So can you drop your price? No. I'm not going to shoot your wedding, And so she contacts me again. And she's like, hey, can I meet you at your studio? I'd like to talk about wedding packages. Right? So, and I said, only if you're willing to let me do your engagement photos. So that's how much they are I feel like I have to do that.
Did you get the sale?
I don't know. The sale will be tomorrow.
Oh, look at that. She's coming tomorrow?
She's coming tomorrow. So
to be continued. Just kidding. Yeah. We're not going to update it.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, I'll probably forget or something.
It's none of your business. The story's there.
But, so that,
well,
yeah.
Similar, like, I had a client contact me 5 months ago, and I told him my prices. He said I was too expensive. And then he's the emergency guy who contacted me, the emergency edit, and I told him my new prices, and he ended up hiring me at my new prices. One of my cheaper prices, I was too expensive.
If you're in demand or if you do quality work, people are going to want to hire you. It's that simple. Yeah.
And also, if they have to know you exist.
And everything
you have to market.
And everything somehow. Is negotiable. Everything is negotiable.
I negotiated today.
If the client, like, I have my set prices, but my set prices are a price just to show you, like, this is what I am worth and this is what I am, you're going to pay. But if you're a client that I see is a bride or a groom that is super friendly and I can really, get to know you guys, and I would be willing to definitely cut a price drop for people who, treat
They respect you.
when they start respecting. Yeah.
I do the same. I have clients that if they respect what I do, if they show up prepared for their part of the deal, because video
they're
and photo,
putting in their work into it. Yeah.
Because video and photo, I mean, it's a two-way streak, really.
Yeah.
You bring all your work and all your stuff, but then if they're not ready or they don't know their lines to any music that they wrote themselves, this needs to stop. If you're gonna hire me to do a music video, please, for the love of everything holy,
I've been there.
know your words.
Yeah.
You wrote them. Please.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a sidebar for myself.
No, and that's So and so with.
If you do not know your words, I will charge you the full price and then maybe some more.
And the same with photos, like the engagement shoot. I teach people to pose on the engagement session, so I teach them how to be in front of a camera, and I tell my couples how to be. Like, I teach them to be narcissistic, and so
Helps.
a lot of people either are or aren't. There's people, and I feel that people who can get in front of a camera are easy to shoot, and no matter what you do, you're always gonna get a good.
So good. Feels so good.
Yeah. Then I'm willing to drop prices on that stuff. But if you're gonna add work to something that doesn't need to be complicated, then you get to be you.
But how are we gonna pull this into pricing though in general? I mean.
But I'm just saying, I want to say that everything is negotiable. I think people think about that way too much. Yeah, it's negotiable. That's why some people don't put their prices on their website.
I don't.
I like to. The reason why is because it filters out people who are like, that's too expensive. But also what it does is it filters out. The other side of it, though, that you might argue, is that it also filters out people who can be potential clients that, maybe, 3,000 is too much, but 2,500 is okay. And that might be just enough for you to,
And also via yours, you're selling much less variety of products.
I sell no products.
Well, no, I'm not talking printed products.
Yeah.
But you're a wedding photographer.
Yeah.
Where I could have a business owner come to me, or a music video, or someone who wants to do training, or someone who wants to do seminars, or 1,000 other things. So it's just it's tough, at least for me to alrighty, this is the one price to rule them all. When it's
yeah.
When it's I want graphics with mine, and I want this, that, and the other, which is fine. I can do graphics, but it's that's going to totally change the price, and my price chart would be huge. If I had to, it'd be huge. If I was to have everything in there. But that's why I don't put a price chart on mine. I used to. So
and I've thought about taking my prices off my website. I've thought about it, but with senior shoots, and I do family shoots, and I might take off family shoots. It's something that I don't know if I really enjoy. So why do I do it? But but I wanna be also an a la carte type of photography business, a boutique photography business. I've been telling my clients, hey, I want to do a mood board. Show me what you like, so I know what you like. There's too many photographers. That we're going to another thing.
Yeah,
but
we're pricing.
Yeah, so pricing.
I think you feel good on pricing?
I feel good on pricing.
Yeah. I'm still nervous on pricing. I got my big jobs coming up that I haven't ever done a job for that much money before, and just scare me. But I'm gonna prepare my pants off and
I'm happy with my pricing. I brought it up, and but I fluctuate with the market on a monthly basis. I fluctuate my prices from $25 to $3,000 all the time, and it's not like I'm not happy with my price. It's just I have to fluctuate with the market. If people aren't biting, I'll lower my price. If people start to bite, I hike up my price. So it's just this influx. If the dollar is low, you're not going to, say, well, you're going to pay this much for Coke. And it's always going to be this way. You'd be out of business if you work that way.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So that's our cut on pricing. So
that's our current cut. It very well might change in the future.
Yeah.
Who knows?
We might learn to be better people. Who knows?
Unlikely.
Anyways, guys, I'm Jason,
And I'm Tim.
and we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Bye.